Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Julia, Mindset Coach for High Value, and today we're going to talk about self-transformation and how to let go of your old self and what happens to your old self while you are transitioning into a new perception of yourself, into your new reality or your new self, where you're living in more alignment with abundance and with your truth and with your worthiness and self-love. This is a super interesting and important topic because as you are listening to these beliefs and you're releasing old beliefs and you're aligning with abundance, what happens is that your old self kind of, and this is gonna sound a little bit cruel, but kind of dies, kind of like fades away. Maybe it rebels a little bit before it fades away, but it will you will not be your old self anymore after going through this change. And that's also the part that is resisting. The old self is resisting to, I don't want to say it in a cruel way, resisting to die. My clothes are just falling off my rope. If I want to say it in a nicer way, and this nicer way is also true, you're starting to embrace your old self but not live from it. So it's not like everything that you've previously embodied is just dying, but it can feel like that sometimes, especially when you're choosing not to react through your old self anymore. It can feel like you're abandoning yourself, but what you're actually doing is, or what you should do actually is, embrace this old part from a place of detachment and love that is not identified with the old behaviors anymore. So it's not like the old patterns just stop existing straight away. They will fade away through time, and as you are allowing them to fade away, you're actually embracing everything that comes up with love, but without reacting to it or reacting from it, but instead you're responding to whatever need is coming up. And before I go on, again, the reminder, I'm gonna link the 8-hour affirmation tape here for you so you can listen to it every night for at least 21 days in order to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's been super, super helpful for me to use 8-hour affirmation tapes or recordings in my own personal development. I am almost at the end of my 21 days. Saturday will be my last day, and I'm super proud of myself, and these days were very, very stabilizing for me, and that's exactly how we were going about it. First, we're trying to stabilize our state of being, so coming out of lack into more of a state and space of mindfulness and general abundance, and from there then you can start to be more creative in your reality, and you will see that at the point where you're feeling very safe and stable and just very good about yourself unconditionally of whatever is going on in your life, then you can start to manifest things, then you can start to be more creative, because it's hard to be creative and to be very motivated from a state of lack. It's like you need to put a lot of force and energy into things so that they actually work, whereas when you're confident and happy and just aligned, it's much easier, and you kind of get impulses, intuitions and inspirations when to work and on what to work, so that you actually reap really nice benefits from the work that you're doing and coming from a place of authenticity. And I have been working on myself from various energies, and when you're coming from lack, it's mostly you're mostly perpetuating a very unpleasant state. When you're coming from a place of neutrality or positivity, it's much easier to also address negative beliefs or limiting beliefs. So that's why we're going about the change this way. Alright, coming back to self-transformation. So I think I've already talked about it, and it's really just a reminder, yeah? You are here to reprogram your subconscious belief system, and this means that you are creating another self-image, a new self-image, and when you're creating a new self-image, your self is changing. So you are changing that which you perceive yourself to be. So for example, if you are a person who has a lot of insecurities about relationships, then for you it might be normal to seek validation outside of yourself, to use use, and use sounds bad, but we are, I mean, whenever we are not conscious of our need to be validated, what we're actually doing unconsciously is we use other people to feel better. And it's totally okay to have your needs met by other people. It's better to be conscious about it and to be able to validate yourself. And then whatever other people want or do not want to give to you, it's just, cherry on the top. And you can come from a place of abundance where you invite people to connect with you rather than need them to validate you. And it's also a place where you feel much better and much more confident, because you don't really need it, but you love it. You don't really need people, but you love them. And what happens, for example, and I just take this example because it's so common, what happens when you're insecure in relationships is that part of you that was insecure in relationships, it's not like, I need to rephrase, it's not like it's dying, but it's like you're becoming more conscious of it. It's almost like you are seeing it for like the other old person that you were, and then you, as the new self-validating being and the self-loving being that you've become now, like let's say that's you previously, you're like in some state, yeah, that's your conditioning and your whole entire self-image. And then you start, as you're going through this process, you start to like kind of distinguish between the limiting beliefs, let's say these are the limiting beliefs, and between the beliefs that are helpful for you in your reality, that you actually want to keep on believing. And you're going to create from this, everything that is already good for you, you're going to create this abundant self-image. And everything that is limiting, you're actually going to see it from that state of consciousness, gonna look at it and be able to, and it's still within your consciousness, you're still gonna be able to perceive that part, but it's like you're reacting from here. You're not reacting from here anymore. You're not reacting from lack anymore. And this part for a while is like maybe feeling kind of lonely because it's like, I used to get so much validation from outside and now I'm just like here and exposed and just so conscious of being lack oriented and traumatized and whatnot. So what this part of you is going to do is to validate this part. It's okay that you're doubting. It's okay that you're insecure. It's okay that you feel worthless. It's okay that you are traumatized. It's okay that you feel abandoned. It's okay that you feel angry. It's okay. Everything is okay. I love you. I love you so much. So you're gonna embrace yourself consciously, but you're not identified with it. So you're at each moment you're able to disconnect or not disconnect, disidentify from that part and to not react from it. So that means that you're always connected to abundance because you're not enmeshed with yourself anymore and you're not completely unconscious of yourself and just acting out conditioned behavior. So I hope this makes sense. Like it actually, when I came up in the moment with that, like it actually makes sense to me with the two hands. Yeah, it's still one body, it's still one consciousness, but you can choose from which place to react and to respond versus reacting. And then over time, the self-doubt, the insecurity, they're going to, you're always gonna be able to feel these emotions, but you're also going to be it's still going to fade away and get less and less because the more love you are embodying, and you're embodying more love by everything that we are talking about here, you're creating more consciousness and feeling more love, the self-doubt is going to naturally be self-soothed, and it might not even come up that much because you're feeling so safe and secure within yourself that the doubt it just comes up in your consciousness and it's immediately met and immediately fades away. And when not, then you're also going to build abundant and aligned relationships in which these needs are going to be met in a very natural way, because as you're becoming more loving and you're allowing more love into your life, because that is what's going to happen. Yeah, as you're more loving, you're going to be able to accept more love from people, and the people that you might have pushed away previously because you were unconsciously attracted to trauma and toxic relationships and toxic behavior or just unloving behavior, You're not going to be attracted to that anymore. You're just going to see it for what it is, unhealed wounds manifesting through people's behavior and unconscious behavior, which is okay. Like, there's no judgment at all. Like, we've all been there, and to a degree we all are there. We all are on our own journey. But the truth is, like, if you are not healing yourself, then you are attracted to toxicity, and especially if you've been experiencing emotional abuse, and a lot of us have been experiencing that. Like, and abuse doesn't always need to be like that, a very, very obvious behavior. It can just be like neglect, or some trauma from the past that is like just coming from maybe not receiving the attention that you were worthy of. Yeah. So maybe abuse is not a right word here, because I really believe that nobody acts bad willingly. People only act that way because they are hurt themselves and because they are unable to love. So maybe neglect and trauma is the better word here. Yeah. So you're going to be able to meet yourself that way. Just keep on practicing, keep on giving yourself that attention, meeting yourself, and that's how you also allow people to act in the same way towards you. It's so beautiful. Alright, that's it for today. I hope it was helpful for you. Don't forget to listen to your affirmation tape for at least 21 days. I think I will do more, but for at least 21 days in a row. And now, have a lovely rest of your day. We speak tomorrow. Bye bye.